RetroManiacs, how you all doing? We have to go on a mission today. We're going on a little mission to go up the mountain for a friend of ours named Gordon that watches the videos, and we're gonna go pick him up some Diecast cars. See how it works in a circle of friends, or how it should work is you all help each other out. Like, when you need something, you help each other out, and vice versa. And it especially works for people out of town, because one day I might need something where Gordon lives, and he already said, if you ever need anything here, let me know, blah, blah, and that day might come, you know what I mean? So that's why I don't mind helping at all, because we've all got to kind of help each other out. So that's what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go pick up stuff from Gordon, for Gordon. And then, because he's a cool guy, he gave us permission to have a nosy look through the boxes. We're going to have a nosy look through the boxes and see what Gordon's up to. And see what he picked up. Because we're nosy. Like Bosco, I guess. Oh, that's not looks good. You know we're in the area, we gotta have a look-see, but that is junk. I think we're not getting a lot of stock, because as you see here, they're moving toys. So if they're smart, they're not gonna like load up a bunch of new stock only to move it, right? So I think that's what's going on here. Just have to grab some snacky poos. Unicorn tubes. Recently I discovered they have a clearance rack in the bakery section that sometimes is loaded with good stuff. You got to check it all the time though. You can tell the infusions are working because I am eating like a savage now. And I think it's also the no weed, because that had something to do with the weight loss as well. I remember before eating tons and tons and tons from weed, obviously, right? It gives you the munchies, but this kind, I remember telling my friends I thought it was because I was getting older, but I just didn't have the appetite I used to have. But now I do. I had to get the essentials. By the way, guys, I didn't want to bore you, but we got 2 boxes of stuff destined for Gordon. And he was nice enough to say, why don't you have a peek in the boxes? And I think it's going to be fun because it's a complete mystery. Now, I haven't looked yet. I know Gordon likes JDM stuff. A lot of people do, including myself. So yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be a lot of JDM stuff, but we'll see what it is. And I have a funny story to tell you about that. So when I was about to go up there earlier, like when I parked my car when I got home from work, I checked my gas gauge. It looked like I had enough to get up to where we were going, at least, right? But then I get in my car, I start driving there, my gas gauge comes on, my low fuel, and I'm still like in Stony Creek type thing. So I press the trip odometer thing, because according to my car, you're supposed to get 50 kilometers on an empty tank. Now, I normally would stop at a gas station, but I was rushing to get there because I was already running late, and it was nobody's fault but my own. Okay, so I didn't want him to miss this deal, screw up this deal, whatever. Plus, I was pretty sure I could make it there, and after that, I would just hit a gas station. So I make it there, and to my surprise, it's a very friendly gentleman. He knows who I am. He says he watches my videos. And by the way, if you're watching this, the gentleman that I picked up the Diecast cars from earlier, hello. Yeah, So, and I was totally burnt out when I was picking up the cars, so sorry if I wasn't much of a conversationalist. I'm on the morning shift this week, and I was just brain dead by the time I seen you. So that's why I wasn't, I might have seemed a little bit brain dead. That's why. And I am right now, too. And this is why the story's funny. So this shows how brain dead Retro gets, that I'm not joking with you guys about my sleep, okay? So I pick up Gordon's cars. The gentleman knows me. We chat for a couple minutes, and I leave. So I get home, and then we decide to run over to Wally quick to get some jug up before we get into the boxes. So as I'm running over to Wally, all of a sudden, I notice I have a missed call from Gordon. I said to myself, did I pocket dial him? Because sometimes that happens, like I'll accidentally call people in Messenger, right? In my pocket or whatever. But he had tried to call me. I missed his call. So I messaged him back. I said, hey buddy, I'm just driving, blah, blah, blah. And he messages me back. And he says, Neil, you just sent me $850. And I was like, oh crap. Number one, lucky Gordon's honest. Number two, lucky he's honest because he sent it back. Like, I'm very lucky for that. But what happened was I'm so tired that I meant to send that over to Glenn. And I guess because Gordon was on my mind because I just picked up his cars. I was chatting with him, talking to him. Gordon with a G, Glenn with a G, right? So I sent Gordon $850 for no other good reason other than I have some burnt out brain cells. Yeah. But like I said, luckily he immediately got a hold of me and sent it back. Thank God, because that would have sunk me like a lead balloon. So, that would have sucked. And that would have been cash I lost, so it wouldn't have been credit. Like if I just sent it to somebody else, it would have been like cash. So that sucks. But anyway, it all worked out good. Just thinking of any other updates you guys know about the Bullhorns and about the Boss Hog Caddy. We just went over to the Wally. Everything's locked down and secure. It's all secure over there. I set the booby traps for the night. And everything's all good. Yeah. So let's get home and see what's in these boxes. I'm very curious to see. That's what made me laugh about the whole thing. Gordon's trying to get a hold of me frantically to tell me that I just sent him a bunch of money. And I'm sending him messages back like, huh, don't play with matches, kids. Like, just not even paying attention, you know what I mean? Just so tired and frazzled. Crazy. Oh yeah, he's got treasure in here. He's got bigger ones wrapped up. Oh wow. Oh, that's a big load for what he paid. Okay, Gordon, you see they made them in one piece. Those are big boxes. Looking forward to seeing what you got, buddy.
Hurry up, Retro.
Okay, Snoop, enough. It's bad enough that Gordon intimidated me to send him $850. Now you're insulting me on top of it. I haven't had the best day, okay? Okay. The gentleman I picked it up from, by the way, you look very familiar. Like, I'm burnt out because I worked the morning shift this week. Like by noon, I'm done my 8-hour shift type thing, so I'm not my regular, you know. But when I drove away, it was like, he looks very familiar. And I feel bad that it's somebody I know and I didn't talk to you or remember your name or say hi. If that's the case, I'm sorry. Just tired. Okay. So Gordon, we're gonna get into this because it might be a minute too before Gordon can see the stuff as well. So it gives us a chance to check out the stuff and it gives Gordon a chance to check out the stuff as well. Okay, so look what I'm pulling out right away. And he's got a good mix of stuff, guys. He's got some bigger cars too. But I predicted JDMs because it's Gordon. Subaru, and I remember when that blue Honda came out a couple years ago. That was pretty hot, actually. I had a bunch of them. And oh, look at these two. I had these exact ones. I think I had them for sale in my room when I sold off in my toy room. This truck was out just when I just got into selling. It was just leaving the store, or into Hot Wheels. It was just coming out of the stores. I remember seeing one at Barton Walmart, like a last batch of it, like months later. This I call pandemic COVID cars. Funny thing about these, I'll turn on the light actually, this hooker van, I loved it because of the name of it. But funny thing about these, I call them pandemic or COVID cars. These were not available, like in Ontario, we had a lockdown. They ended up telling us we couldn't buy toys at Walmart. Right? And it was torture because they would keep refilling the toy aisle. And you'd see chases hanging on the pegs. But they'd have ropes and you couldn't go over. You didn't think ropes were stopping me from having a look, but these we couldn't buy at Walmart. Well, people were sneaking through the self-checkout. I didn't do that. I found other legal ways to do it, actually. I figured out that Walmart in Waterdown allowed curbside shipping. You would pick out whatever toys you want. A worker would go pick them out and walk you to the cash. But Shoppers Drug Mart, who normally doesn't sell premium Hot Wheels, suddenly were selling these during when nobody else could. And then when they lifted the lockdown for selling the toys, Shoppers doesn't sell premiums anymore. But Shoppers was full of them. I remember discovering those and people were going crazy about it. Well, I didn't discover it, but I mean, I discovered it for myself, told my friends about it. Another trick during COVID was the Superstore, the Great Canadian Superstore. Most people didn't know, but you could access their toy aisles. They weren't blocked off. Pick out whatever toys you wanted. Go to the Joe Boxer counter, say you would like to buy these curbside shipping. They would bag them up, walk you to the door with a debit machine. You pay at the door, they'd hand you the bags, away you went. That was during the lockdown, during the no toys. That is a chase. I had this. It's an ID car. It's they don't send them to Canada anymore. I don't even know if they make them anymore, but I think they don't send them to Canada anymore is what it is. I had that same one, and I had the regular version of that. Yeah, Gordon's got a lot of stuff here that I had. Right from my heyday of when I was at my best of toy hunting. That's something I got from my heyday too. When I was at my best, I remember grabbing that because it's cool, a square body with a blower coming out of the hood. That's part of a set. When I first started collecting this set here, I remember I had that, and that golf truck was hot. That golf, remember that? That square body? I remember getting these sets. This set here, I remember I bought a set for myself at Toys R Us. Tried to buy a second set for a friend. They say, we can't sell you that. What do you mean? Oh, we can only sell you one set. We're trying to crack down on scalping. What? And they did that for a couple months. I'd have to go in at shift and I wasn't scalping. I was getting stuff for my buddies, but I'd have to go in at shift change and everything else. Like I did stuff to get around it, but I told a couple of the workers, and a couple of them knew that I wasn't a scalper too, just from seeing me in and out of there, right? They get to know you.
Oh, that would look nice in my collection.
Yeah, that's nice actually. That is a Barracuda, yeah. I should have told them. And by the way, I'm yakking, guys. This is back in the days when they actually had numbered stuff and low numbered stuff, okay? Now they're doing runs of friggin' 30,000. You want to hear a low run? This is number 2361 out of 3,500. 3,500 made. That's rare. Not 30,000.
Or 40,000 or 50,000.
Yeah, and that's why I RLC stuff now, I'm very selective about buying it. A lot of it I won't even buy if it's unless it's numbered. Crimson Crusher, or Crimson Giant, actually. Kings of Crunch. He's got a variety of stuff. I was not expecting to pull out a monster truck out of his box, actually. That Boulevard truck is cool too.
I've got a green and white one, a monster truck. You can have one because I've got a spare.
Oh, Glenn's gonna give you a monster truck, Gordon. I'm sure if Gordon was here and he would say thank you. Gordon's got stuff that I would not expect that he's getting here. Gordon probably did. I have a feeling he did what I would have done and did a package deal. Oh, oh no, I'm wrong. Okay, I thought that 1968 one was the top one was in the stores now. These are M2s, all a very similar Camaro. Glenn is not a huge Camaro fan. Oh, the bottom one's a Pontiac Firebird, actually.
The middle one looked like a Mustang.
Middle one's a Mustang. What am I talking about? Good. That's how tired I am, guys. I'm sending people $850 and calling Mustangs freaking Firebirds. Yeah, he's got just a nice variety of stuff. Can you put these somewhere, Glenn? Sorry. Starting to get piled up. I'll rearrange in a minute so everything's safe here. This one I remember getting in the store just because it was a really nice example of a Mustang. I remember, and I don't collect this style here, but I grabbed this off the pegs one day just because I thought it looked so cool. Glenn, you probably have that somewhere downstairs. Oh, he's got another one, Samson 1. Samson 1. Oh, something else I had. I had these. I remember when they came out, they were pretty popular. I think I got G1. I think, or maybe it was Dave I got, or I remember a few of us like getting these.
I've got that with 5 Mustangs in it, and I've got a bunch of them. I've got like 3 of them. I got different places. I got one in Pennsylvania.
So out of these 3 guys, I had 2 out of the 3. The only one I did not have is the top car. That Subaru, also, that's another one that came out when I first started collecting. It's a Boulevard. Boulevards are always hot. They're a Walmart exclusive, and most Walmarts do not get many of them, and they fly off the pegs. And usually at least 1 or 2 of the cars are hot, but sometimes a lot more of them. And this set here, when I was at my best, that Moon Eyes van, I remember Dave wanted a bunch of them, and he thought, when I first met him, he said, how are you doing this? But what happened was I was going by, for some reason, for a streak of about 2 weeks, I was going by Barton Walmart when this set was out here. I go by every night at 10 o'clock. The pegs would be loaded with it, like 10 sets of them. I grabbed them all. I hooked Dave up with a bunch of the yellow vans, a bunch of cars for my friends. I'd go back the next night, they'd be refilled again. And it went on for about, like Dave said, what? Like they have an endless supply of them in there? Like they just kept putting more, and it was the same set of Boulevards. It was weird. But yeah, that was when I first started. That Subi was hot as heck too. The peg warmer was obviously the Mazda Cosmo, I remember, and the Buick Riviera wasn't too popular. But yeah, this is bringing back memories going through this, because this is a lot of stuff from when I was in my heyday of hunting. Like now when I hunt, I only do it, oh, this one's got a boo-boo, Gordon, just to show you that came out like that. But that, you could probably easily pull it out. I don't want to start messing with it, but it's the bottom of it. I think this was from the first set of 2. Oh, it is. Okay, so these 2-packs, when they came out, were hot, okay? Now, this was, all 3 of these 2-packs were hot, actually, but the Borla truck one right there, I recently sold off my Borla truck 2-pack, but I had the Skyline 2-pack as well. That Borla truck 2-pack, I remember my buddy Doug, who also was hunting big time at the time, he hooked onto those. A guy that used to be my friend that I call Grimace, that I'm no longer friends with. You guys have heard the story about me and Grimace. If you didn't, you can go back in my videos a few months. There's like a 2-hour story explaining what happened. But he beat Grimace to the pegs one night, and it was for those Borla trucks. And Grimace asked him to buy some, and Doug didn't necessarily like him and said, no, these are all spoken for, sorry. Grimace called me up crying, like, he wasn't crying tears, but I thought he was almost gonna cry, and I literally said, dude, if it's that important, I have a set of the trucks coming, I'll sell them to you for what retail. Like, they're toys, you know what I mean? Like, he was so upset, and this was a grown man. And then he says to me, he goes, well, it's not the trucks, it's the fact that I got beat. I want to be first. I was like, dude, that's not what, like, when I was hunting, I was kind of competitive with it, but it didn't matter for me to be first. Like, being first for me didn't matter. Mm-hmm. As long as me and my friends got stuff and got what we wanted. This is a treasure hunt, and it's one of the first treasure hunts I got, and I got it out of a Dollarama. This is a memory box of me, Gordon. Wow, this is what the first treasure hunt I ever got. Well, not this one, but you know what I mean. Yeah, got it at a Dollarama. I remember they had several of them, and I was like, wow, I can't believe, because I thought they were worth lots and lots of money when I started collecting. I remember these guys here. These are Maestos. You've seen those, Glenn, in the stores,
I've seen the top one in Walmart last week, actually.
Maestos, yeah, that one is pretty cool because it's beetles. I would make it like a Herbie, do a custom, eh? Do a custom Herbie. Okay. Oh, look, you know what? He might have that truck set in full, actually. Oh, maybe not. I'm not seeing the Silverado yet. There is some of that truck set with the Silverado. The two hot trucks in there were the Dodge Little Red Express and the Chevy Silverado. But this set in particular is a really nice set that I think, I had a feeling when it came out it was going to appreciate nicely, and yeah, it actually does. Especially with that Silverado. Oh, here's something Glenn will like. Ooh, it's a Camaro, but that is beautiful.
I like the box.
Yeah, the car itself is actually beautiful. Like, if you look at it, you'll appreciate it, even though it's a Camaro, and the rubber band is intact. You don't see that often. Because these are older, right? What year is this? Usually, Gordon, the rubber band is broken on stuff like this because it deteriorates. So yeah, that one, the rubber band is still in place. What year is that? 2007, I believe it says. But that is just a good looking car. I'll let Glenn have a close look at it. It's a Camaro, but it looks good, Glenn. It's got nice wheels. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, nice is nice. This is different. You know, it's funny, Diane had a truck just like this when I started dating her way back in 2010, around 2010-ish or 11-ish. Ford Explorer short track, hers was red. Like not fire engine red, like a ruby red. Yeah, that looks like a sport track anyway, because it's got the same thing in the back that hers had. Okay.
Yep.
And here is, that's kind of cool, ABQ Rooter. So that's a little matchbox set. There is just and we still have another box to go through that's pretty big. And then we have a smaller box of real looking gems, it looks like, in the smaller one. Oh, that's nice. These are always nice. These M2 slosh tubs. They're tubbed out in the back, the trucks. You guys know I love square bodies. If you don't, you know now. In my hometown, there was a guy that built up a square body. It had no doors from the handles down, I remember, and he rebuilt it from the ground up. And it was the style that the back end was raised a little bit, and it had like wider tires on the back, and that thing used to smoke. Okay. That is just different. This, if I have to guess, late 90s. I loved the stuff from this period. This is the same period as the Matchbox collectibles, the movie ones. Star Car collectibles. 2001. I said late 90s. Close. Okay. So, now give me a second. Says we're gonna get into the next one. Look at this, eh? By the way, Glenn's got some gems sitting here, eh? Ooh, that's numbered, eh? Look at that, number 1117 out of 33, out of 3330, 3,300. Actually, yeah, 3,300. Now that's an RLC. That's an RLC I'd order, right there. You could see why I don't like the stuff of today. You know what I mean? Like runs of 30,000, 2 per household. This is vintage Ertl Knight Rider. This might be the one that he got from me, or it might not be. He got one from me, but he ended up getting a couple. There was another one that was a good deal I told him to buy because it was a good deal. This is from 1982, by the way.
And I have another fall guy coming. I'd like that one too.
That's awesome. That's the one that I didn't have on card. I almost did. Okay, one sec, guys.
I have another.
I forgot to show one, guys, before we pack it. The Skyline one. The first release of the Skylines for the 2-packs. For the Hot Wheels Car Culture 2-packs, this is the first run of them. Right there. They were hard as heck to get. I had them. Okay, I'll get back to packing it so I'm not boring you. Okay, guys, we're outside. Figured we do it outside in the dark. Well, not dark yet, but I'm a summer guy. I love it, and I'm gonna miss it. Cannot believe it's already the end of July. Yeah, this is kind of like a trip down memory lane, guys. So, this one I don't remember seeing. I'm gonna try to get through this kind of quickly. These two. There's that JDM. I remember getting those in the store. Another JDM. Knew there'd be some JDM in here. He's not gonna get it without it. Here's memory lane. I got myself one of these at Toys R Us, and I got Giuliano one of these as a gift, I remember, because he loves these. And that's a pretty cool one because it has the top one and our favorite. That's also my favorite. That's what me and him have in common big time, is that. Ooh, the Cops and Rods, the older ones. Some of those are nice. I remember that. That's actually, I thought it was the Legends. No, it's not. Okay. I was wrong. I thought it was the Legends because of the yellow, but I think I remember seeing that one. Toys R Us got a bunch of these a couple years ago. And for the people in the States that always say Toys R Us, we still are lucky enough to have Toys R Us here, although ours are not cool like these guys. I had that one. That's a cool one. I had to have that. I had the trailer thing with it too. Came with a black square body truck painted like that, and that car. Oh, that's kind of cool. Love the older stuff. I remember that set. Sorry, I'm just going through them. It seems like quick, guys, but there's a big box of them, and there's still a little box, so. And I want to get through them all, that way, that way Gordon can see them. This one here, I remember having that one. I had the blue one too. Yeah, memory lane for a lot of this stuff. Oh, I had these. I had this, and then I had the one that came out that had the chair on top. There's one that had a chair on top that came out next. That was a couple years back too. Oh, these super chases, memory lane. So these here, this is the first ever Matchbox super chase, okay, this Corvette. If you notice, it's got rubber tires, says super chase. So this here was supposed to be the equivalent of Hot Wheels Super Treasure Hunts. I got very lucky. I was one of the first guys in town scoring these. I walked into Barton Street Walmart one day, and there was 6 of them hanging on the pegs. Boom, 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 boom. Yoink, 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 yoink. Needless to say, the crew had them real early. And yeah, that kind of told us all that they weren't as rare as Super Treasure Hunts. Oh, that was a hot casting. That Hot Bird, I love that. I'll show you it. Boom. Oh, I remember the Flying Customs. Yeah, I had all these ones here. These Flying Customs here, you get them at Indigo stores. I had those main lines as well. I remember the Hello Kitty one when it came out. It was pretty popular. Oh, that one's kind of wavy. Getting into an older one here. That's kind of neat. That's good shape. What year is that from? 95. Wow. Almost 30 years old, Gordon. That one is mint, my friend. It's got a little tiny bit right here, but other than that, it's mint. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, we're gonna go in for the last box, guys, because it's, as much as I love sitting out here, it's kind of sticky, and in there we got the AC on because we've had to have it on. Those are some nice castings. I like the red truck, and I like that gray Toyota. Love that 4Runner. Yeah, Glenn's coming out to have a look. He's got some pretty cool stuff here. He's got the first Matchbox Super Chases.
Oh, yeah?
The Corvettes. Yeah, I told the story about when they came out and how they were supposed to be like the Super Treasure Hunts.
Yeah.
But I found 6 of them at once at Barton Walmart, but they were still awesome. Like, I made sure when I was collecting, I got every one that came out. I kind of regret that I got rid of those actually, because I had every one that came out. Okay, so guys and Glenn, here's a Forza and a little red truck like from Fast and Furious. Only it doesn't say that.
Lightning.
Yeah, it doesn't say the Racer's Edge on it, but it's the same truck. Oh, that's nice. I remember when this was in the stores. I think I remember Dave grabbing that actually, if I'm not mistaken, that Datsun. Okay. Oh, that 5-pack's always cool. This came out last year. I have one. G gave it to me as a gift. And I liked it because it's close to the original Fast and Furious, because it has the Charger and the Supra. You don't really see many of the original stuff anymore. It's always the newer stuff. So when that came out, I had to have it. And G got me one, which was cool. So here's the rest of that Forza set. I keep showing pieces of it. He does have the full set. The Porsche being the hot one, obviously. It's a very nice color and everything. I remember when this set came out, I had a few of those Porsches just because I liked the color of it. Wow. Okay, I gotta try to get through this quick, guys. One sec. Okay, I don't want to show all the rest of the main lines. It's going to take too long. That's also in the box, but I'll give you a peek at what else is in the box. That way Gordon can see. So this is what's in the box, guys. You could see that's why I don't want to start getting into it. It's all basically mainline stuff. A couple cool things like the Barbie, that Honda I remember was hot. Those Indiana Jones didn't come out that long ago, but there's a little box. It looks like some cool stuff we want to get into. Okay, just getting into the last box. I just have a feeling that little box has something interesting in it because it has a car that I could see. It's not 118, but it's bigger than what we've been looking at. And it just looks like it could be some interesting stuff in there. I have a feeling. Let's see if I'm right. And I have not had a look at it yet, so. And Glenn is sending you, Gordon, a monster truck. He's going to find it after the video or tonight or in the morning he's gonna find it. That's what he said.
Soon anyway, and
yeah,
you got work in the morning.
Yeah, by the time you see us or whatever, Glenn will have you a monster truck.
It's a King of Crunch. It's a white and green truck.
Oh, short cards are always nice. That's a nice little short card there. You know, I like Mazdas. That is a Mazda RX-8, is it? RX-7. No, it's an RX-7. Beautiful. I remember when this was out in the stores, this Mustang here. Yeah. We were renting that little house on Roslyn. I remember hanging that from my ceiling. Had a bunch of main lines hanging in the basement. I remember that guy too. Okay, so now we got some bubble wrap stuff. This is the stuff that I'm curious about here. Glenn, we're getting into the good stuff here. Now that is definitely not something I would picture Gordon, but it's part of his package deal, I suspect. Who makes it? Arco Products? ARKO Products. Interesting. I'm always interested looking at different stuff like that. It's actually not too bad for what it is. It's got the little steering wheel. Oh, I gotta turn on the light. Sorry, guys. Oh, a big difference. But, oh, the trunk opens. I was just about to say nothing opens, you know, but, trunk opens.
And the door's open.
Oh, the door's open too, eh? Oh, yeah. Opening doors. Yeah, opening doors, everything opens okay. How about the hood? Come on, does the hood not open? Is the hood the only thing that doesn't open? Sometimes hoods are tricky. Or wait, you know what? It might flip from the other side. It's not one of those hoods that flips from the inside, is it? Like the... That is so weird. Oh, it does flip from the other side. It does open. I'm just trying to get it. It opens like that. You know what I mean? Like a DeLorean. Come on. Come on. It wants to open, but I'm not gonna. That could be very old and I don't want to break it. Okay, so that looks like a gangster car. Oh. Oh yeah, okay, it does. I was gonna say, I thought it was all black, and it is all black. That's kind of neat. Is that a caddy? Who makes that? Arco Toys. Or wait, no, is that what that says? Arco and so? Hard to read that bugger. Maybe you guys can read it. It's right here. Oh, don't even focus, you bugger. Don't even focus, you bugger. Can you sort it? Oh, door's open on this guy. Shouldn't that be suicide doors though? Oh no, maybe not. Maybe not, but maybe, I don't know.
Actually, there might have been an option back at that time when that car was a real life car.
Possibly. No opening trunk, I don't believe. This is, yeah, from the same, okay, Ansel, or ANS, ANS? It's hard to make out, but this one's bigger, so maybe you guys can help me here. So right there, focus, you bugger. Focus, you bugger. Focus. You see it? These doors open. Backs don't open though. Still the doors open and close nicely on them. Like they're not, they don't seem like they're cheaply made. Like I'm looking, it's funny, these little things, I'm looking at them like they're 118s, like how everything lines up in that, but it's actually not bad. For details too. Like these little guys have better details than some of the bigger ones I've seen. A lot of little chrome accents and all that. That one's cool. Where was this at where I seen this? Was that on the Superman comic? Or
Batman, I think.
Batman?
Batman, the original Batmobile was a red car.
It looks familiar. It looks familiar. Or was this the car that Superman was throwing on the cover of it, the comic?
Yeah, that I don't know.
Hood open on this guy. Oh, hood opens. Not too shabby. Open hood. What's in the trunk? Oh, no way. She's not supposed to be in there. Woo! That was a lot more than I thought. But you know what I will say? I know what Gordon paid for what he got there. I think he got a great deal because he got a lot of stuff for what I'm not going to say what he paid because I'm a gentleman and it's not my business to say what he paid, but I'm just saying, Gordon, good job because you got a good deal. In my opinion, you got a good deal. Like you got a lot of value for what you paid. Yeah, and thank you for letting us look through that like that. It gives you a chance to look through it. And yeah, we'll either see you at ODA, or if you end up coming down here or whatever, we'll work it out. You know, we'll be at ODA. Anyway, guys, I have to have a snack and go to bed. I'm lucky I didn't run out of gas today. I'm lucky Gordon sent me back my $850 today. By the way, I've always said you're a good kid. I say I don't mean to call you a kid, but I've always said I get a good vibe with you, and that's what I mean. My vibe is right about people. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. Retro has to go dodo now. Hopefully this week, by the way, we're going to bash this up. Dave H wants to be a part of it. This was donated, if you remember, to bash up for Bigfoot diorama. So we're going to bash it up. We're going to do it properly. We're going to do it in style. And Dave H wants to be present. So we're going to have him come. This is an old school mice, though. Hey, look at the box. What year did this come out, Glenn? When do you think?
Low 2000s, 2002, 2003, maybe.
Let's see if you're right, buddy.
Of them.
I'm gonna find. I'll find the date. I'll tell you how close you are.
It could have been the late 90s because I got a couple in Florida.
Wild. It's not. For once, it's not on the box. I actually want to look it up and tell you how close you were, and it's not even on the box. That's cheap.
I got a couple in Florida like that with my parents on vacation.
Yeah, I know they are older just because of the box. I would not be surprised late 90s, early 2000s myself. Here's what it does anyway. It's got a what's cool about this box is it's got the windows on the back and front, but there is a part, where is it, that actually shows what opens on the car. See this, Glenn? Mm-hmm. Kind of neat.
Yep.
Shows what opens on the car and stuff. Kind of cool. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Do me a favor with the type of day I had today, and do me a favor and just smash the like button for me. Give it a... And then when you're done that, click subscribe, share. As always, guys, happy hunting.
This beat is stupid grimy, that's a Cobra Kai kick. There's some open eyes, shit open eyes when I spit. I get riled up like dogs around the postmaster. The dough stack up with no manner.